All right, all right, all right. Good evening, Chef T. Chef, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you clearly as well. Now, what I got to do is turn down my music here now that I got you live. How's it going there, sister?
Good. I can't kind of see out the right eye. I had an
Oh,
injection.
no.
Can you
Oh,
see?
what's going on? What you did to it?
Had a little injection. I'm having cataract surgery next week. I'm close.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Work never ends, sister.
Never ends.
How's your week been?
So far so good. No complaints. How about your week?
Yes. Coming along, it's been a doozy. I tell you that. It's been a hell of a doozy, sister. I got, Lord knows, but it's all right. I'm staying faithful and vigilant, and I will probably get into a little of it in the course of this show.
Right.
And there you have it. There you have it. So we don't have any guests yet, but I'm hoping somebody you saw put in some information. I started releasing it about 30 minutes ago or so online, inviting people in to talk. Okay. And this is the Amputee podcast. With your hosts here, we have Chef T.
Hey, and everybody.
And welcome to the show. And we don't have any scheduled guests or anything, but that's all right. You and I got stuff to talk about, I know. And sure. I told people in the postings that we would be talking about images, hidden disabilities, as you were saying. And so let's kick it off by sharing your experience, and then we'll kind of unpack the subject.
Okay. When you say
what happened to you at the doctor's office, you said.
Oh yes. Earlier this morning, the young lady. Hold on. I'm sorry. 1 second.
Take it down.
You guys, I'm close.
You see, Chef is a very busy woman, so people want what she got to offer. And see, I tell you, she's one hell of a cook. I'm gonna let y'all know that.
Yeah. They come every day. I love the kids.
That's beautiful. You go ahead.
But like I was saying earlier this morning, I was in the doctor's office and I was wearing pants. So you couldn't see my prosthetic, but I guess I was walking so normal because we were having a conversation about diabetes because she's also diabetic, but she's one of the nurses there. And we were talking, and she's like, yeah. She mentioned something about her sugars, and I was like, well, mine became significantly normal after my amputation. She's like, what amputation? And I was like, you don't know? It's not in my file? And she's like, no, like I have no idea. So I go to tell her, and she's like, can I please see? But I like when people ask that. Like that excites me when they're like, "Can I see?" or they have questions, or they're interested. Like I like when people do that rather than just stare. So she asked if she can see and touch it, and I let her or whatever. But she's just like, the way you walk, like I had no idea that you were an amputee or that you were disabled at all. And that just goes to show, like, just because we might not look disabled doesn't mean that you're not disabled. Right. And I've had a few people, older people, stuck in their ways, like yell at me, like, you're not disabled. Why are you in the disabled parking spot? Or why are you in the little mobility scooters in the store? Like, you don't even know me, or my story, or you don't know what disability I may have. Just because I don't physically look disabled doesn't mean that I'm not, And that's what I was telling you earlier. Like, are we considered disabled because we don't look it?
Well, that's interesting. I often too get that comment from people when they find out that I'm an amputee, that they're surprised, because I guess our gait is so normal. Right. And I also get those comments, and I've gotten those stares, even though I got the little decal in my window. I think they think that, we're one of the fakers that just got the decal. And a couple of times I have shown a person my leg, a couple of like older folks when I get out at the Walmart and they looking at me all strange, I'll be like, hey, look, you said you were wearing pants. I was going to ask you, do you wear pants and have no problem with dresses or anything? Or how's that work about in your images?
At first, I was, I guess you can say embarrassed with wearing shorts or dresses in the beginning. As I came one with my leg, I didn't care anymore. So I wear everything. I wear shorts, dresses, I wear skirts, I wear
whatever your mood says of the occasion.
Yeah.
Right. I dig it. For that first year of me having my prosthetic, we were traveling. So most of the time I was wearing the pants with, that covers my one leg, but you unzip it at the knee. And so I left my amputee, my leg be shown.
Okay.
And I sometimes play little games with myself because I kind of know myself a little bit. And one of those games that I'll play is I made myself wear my pants like that so that I don't have an opportunity to be embarrassed about it. This is who I am. You see me when I'm walking up, this was going. Now, as I got older in my amputation, I was, I know who I am, because that action is about me more so than what I was saying. It's about others. What I mean? It's really about my image of myself. What do these people might think of me when they see I'm an amputee or something? And I didn't want someone to, think we were less than, or that I was less than, or wasn't capable or something, because I certainly didn't believe that of myself. And so I consciously showed off my amputee. And you know what I learned, sister? I had to think, I wonder if my wife would be embarrassed. It took me some time after I did it for me to even think that like that. Because see, I'm selfish by nature. So I had to finally say, sister, wife, do you ever feel embarrassed because I show my amputation off so, without a care? And she didn't. Well, she expressed to me that she did not have any embarrassment or anything like that. And so it made me more conscientious, because we're going to talk a little bit about that, about our peers and our mates and the different types of relationships that we might find ourselves in. Why do you think? I was reading this study before the podcast. Oh, I wanted to bring it up. In fact, I might have it right here. And it was about the effects of, here you go. Here's a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think it would be very different if you were missing an upper limb versus a lower limb? Why are you laughing when I say that?
Guys, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. See, I think a lower limb amputation is easier.
Easy. It's easy.
I agree. I think it's easier.
It's quite easy. I think I would get way more frustrated if I were to lose an arm or parts of my hand. So in so many words, I'm grateful that I lost a leg, although no one lose a leg.
I know what you mean. Yep.
No one wants to lose a leg. Don't get me wrong, but no, I'm good with what I received. I'm good.
I dig. I oftentimes, when I'm looking, I just got my latest copy of the Amplitude magazine. I left it on the counter. And I look at the guys and the ladies that are missing one or two arms. And I do say, thank God that's not me.
Yeah.
So I think when we're talking about self-image, I wonder what challenges lie with a person that has an upper limb amputation versus a lower limb amputation. Because with lower limb amputation, you can kind of hide it. All you got to do is wear your damn pants, I guess. And if you walk right, no one would ever know you were an amputee.
Exactly.
In preparation, what you about to say?
No, I was because I watch all kinds of documentaries and different lifestyle shows, and I've seen just how we think it's easy with our leg being amputated. They maneuver so well with lost arms and or no arms at all.
No arm.
And
I seen that.
now, like they're
I
getting
seen a
around.
kid with no arms or legs.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I seen a young man with no limb, like you said, no limbs, but he was defending himself in a fight, and I was like, okay, if he can if he can defend himself in a fight with no limbs,
Right.
there's
That's
no
right.
excuse. Like there's
That's
no
right.
excuse.
He was playing video games. He was
Really?
playing video games with their controller, like between his shoulder and his chin. And he was
See?
shooting and shit and running. I'm like, I can't do this shit with my hands, man. What the hell? So we adapt. We adapt.
Certainly.
We adapt. You're right. And it's about embracing who you are wherever you are.
Absolutely.
It ain't got you ain't got to be where the person that you want to be or that you see yourself as. You don't got to be that person right now. That takes a lifetime to get there. So, we don't want y'all sitting around being hard on yourself, saying, well, because I ain't got this or because I can't do this now, that's the way it's going to be forever. Now, certain things, it might be forever. You might not ever be able to dance in the ballet no more. That might be a dream that you have to let go of. However, one of the things I'm kind of writing about right now is about if you can't be the dancer, maybe you're the choreographer that comes up with the images of the dance. Maybe you're a costume designer and you're going to take your passion for what was dancing and put that passion into costuming so that you can still be in the environment of dance.
Right.
You take whatever you got, that passion, don't let the loss of a limb make you think, oh man, it's over. I can't ever be in the theater or a mechanic or whatever it is that you want to do with your life. If you can't do it because you don't have the literally the limbs to do it, that takes your hands and you don't have hands, then you figure out another way to be involved in that field that feeds your passion. So
your passion, right.
Find that passion.
Right.
This is what they were saying about okay. Yeah. Now, this is a little bit more of a clinical study than what I would really get, something from, but it's information that they did put out there. And they're talking, and this is a study found at the University of Southern Mississippi, the impact of amputation on body image. And what this study revealed, they talked to about 397 amputees, and basically they're going to tell you what we already knew. A significant number of amputees have to deal with issues of self-image after post-amputation, that they question how their peers will see them, how family members will see them. And throughout the course of our conversations, we've touched on it, and we will touch on it many, many more times in the future. But whatever you're feeling, don't feel like that you're by yourself. If you think that you just got your amputation and you're feeling a little embarrassed, that's normal. Right. That's normal. And we want you to just not stay there. We want you to accept where you are and then start coming up with a plan of how to get to where you say you want to be. And that's what's going to make you prove your mettle. That's where our test comes in and where our faith comes in too. Now, we're going to push on because this has to do, in my opinion, a little bit with images.
Okay.
I was going to say this. I am going to make a statement that some people will have an issue with, and I'd like to get your opinions and thoughts on it.
Okay.
Now, I think that this is a solution most certainly for the Black community, okay, generally, which is why we even started this podcast. But right. I do believe that this could be a situation that is appropriate for any person, especially those that are differently abled, maybe. I might say especially. And that concept is this. I believe that more amputees, sister, ought to consider polyamory as a lifestyle choice. And now, you know what polyamory is, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, so polyamory, for our listeners that may not know, is the ability or the situation, the dynamic where you find yourself loving more than one person. So typically in our society, we're in a monogamous society. Most of our Western culture is. That means you're only mated with one person at a time.
Correct.
That's what they say. I am of the belief, for my lifestyle, I prefer polygyny, which is a man with more than one woman. What are your thoughts on polyamory? We're going to say generally, because then I'm going to talk about why I think it's a good lifestyle choice for amputees to consider.
Okay, outside of being an amputee, let's just go back to when I was normal. When I was normal, what I consider it, I never thought about it until a few years ago, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I used to like put my nose up towards it because I didn't really understand it until I did my own research. And would I do it? That's up in the air. That's up in the air. I feel like it could be an equal balance with more than one partner. Being an amputee and being polygamous, I don't see the difference. Like, what's the difference?
I know. Really, it ain't no different. It really ain't no different. I just got to say that because we're amputees, but it really ain't no different.
There's no difference. You just have a disability.
I think that the reason why I say overall and specifically for amputees that it could be a dynamic that works, because one of the things that I've been finding out and reading about is, sister, there are a whole lot of people that don't have their prosthetics because of money issues. Oh, this guy I'm talking to in LA, he's going to come on the show. He works with the homeless veterans in Los Angeles. Okay. And we were talking specifically about, I asked him, I said, how many amputee veterans do you come across that are homeless? Sister, he said 40% of the veterans that he meets that are amputees are homeless. And they have no prosthetic.
How?
Sister, he says this is what happens. He says, okay, so you went to the war, what have you. You may have lost your leg in the war.
Okay.
But he said most times those guys did not lose their leg in the war. They didn't lose it till after they got back stateside because of drugs or something like that. But let's just say they lost it in the war.
Okay.
You would think that the VA would take care of them boys like you wouldn't believe.
Correct.
He said they get them boys a little bit of rehab and then you out the door. It takes you months and months and months, sometimes years, before the VA will get you a prosthetic leg. And he says most of the guys get frustrated with the red tape, the system, what they got to do, all the bureaucracy. That's what he said, with the bureaucracy, and they leave it alone.
So they give up.
They give up on it.
You gave up. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of his things he's trying to do is tell them guys, hey, listen, you got benefits. You earn that leg. To me, you earn that leg. He says, so it's a multi-folded problem. When you're homeless, you don't have an address. So then you stop getting your VA mail. If you don't have an address, how are you going to establish consistent medical care so that you can even receive the monies? He says, sister, you'd be surprised how many of them men that are homeless have money in the bank that they can't get because they don't have ID. They get a monthly check and they can't even get their own money because they don't have their ID, and they lose their debit cards. He told me he's going to come on the show and talk to us about it because that's his mission, to help these veterans get prosthetics.
That's insane. Like I've never heard of that. Like I've heard of them being homeless, and I still don't understand how you're homeless. Like you said, and you just serve your country. And where are the benefits? Where's the insurance? Where's the help? Like where's
it's outrageous, sister? That shit ain't no joke. Them guys are suffering, and this don't make no sense. I mean, we ought to do a show on amputee, homeless, and veterans. I'm very interested, and I'd like to help those people because they deserve it. They deserve it, and they certainly don't deserve to be homeless. Because I say, well, man, how do they keep their residual limb clean?
Mm-hmm.
How do they get their socks and their liners? They don't use them. He says what they do is they'll get in that wheelchair, sister, and that's where they stay. That's where they stay.
So a bunch of Lieutenant Dans.
Yep. That's exactly right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because you seen it. You seen him. He didn't want to. He said, "Fuck it." Like, I don't want to do this.
That's what that's what those guys have given up. Yeah, he said those guys have given up, and that's his passion. That's what he does. But talking about images, now those guys are examples of people whose self-image has been damaged. Now, as we just demonstrated, now there's a lot of different components to that. It ain't just their amputation, but it's their image and experience in this war and whatever they've been dealing with in life. So, it's always a myriad of stuff that causes these issues.
True.
Your amputation is not the only thing that makes you feel how you feel.
Correct.
If you ain't feeling good, you got some other stuff going on too. And we say, address some of those things, and maybe that amputation ain't going to mean so much to you. But why is this important for amputees, polygyny and polyamory? Economically, it just makes sense. and when you're a guy like me, I'm 219 pounds.
Okay.
My wife have a hard time when I get older lifting me up if I need it. What if I had to become more debilitated? That could happen. Okay. This study says that 30% of amputees die within the first 6 years of the amputation.
Well, I'm still here. What are you talking about?
Hey, and I ain't going no damn where. All right. So they take that 6 years and shove it up their ass.
Seven, literally 3 days ago. So
there you go. Amen. Congratulations.
Right. What are they talking about?
That's what they said. That study said. 30% of amputees die within 6 years of their amputation. Yeah,
that's insane. We don't listen to studies anymore.
I don't know. I said, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I ain't met them people.
Listen to the facts.
I think economically it makes sense. And also, maybe, I'm going to admit something. Here I go. I'm being honest.
Okay, what's up?
And I told my wife already.
You had to say something crazy.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Since I've become an amputee, I never had this feeling before. Okay. And I've been involved in some interesting situations. I was in a rock band in the 90s, so I've been there.
Okay.
But for the first time, I think I want to have sex with an amputee lady.
Ooh.
Is that bad?
Ooh.
Is that bad?
No, that's not bad.
Because I'm an amputee now, and now I want to experience it.
Okay, look. So you're better than me because I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think.
Wow. Yeah. You say you wouldn't want to have sex with an amputee guy.
I don't think I'm ready for that.
That's a question we're going to put out there into the ethers. We want to know if you're an amputee, maybe you not attracted to another amputee. Interesting.
Not saying that I wouldn't be attracted to one. I'm just saying I don't think I would be ready to have a physical relationship with another amputee.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's simpler with I don't like to say regular person, but I mean that's what they are, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Being intimate with a regular person, I don't know. I think that's just different than being with the amputee. Although they're with an amputee and they're normal.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like they think it's normal. They feel like that's normal, but I guess it's just like, ooh, yeah, I'm being shallow, but yeah.
I hear you. I'm gonna be honest with you. And my wife will tell you. Now she'll tell you this ain't just for me. We do it a little bit better since I became an amputee. I ain't gonna lie. She says it's different.
It's different
and better. Yeah, it's different and better. And we can't define what it is. I think it might be my ego. Maybe. You dig? I didn't want to be lacking in the bedroom just because I was missing a leg. So maybe I put a little extra oomph in that thing. You
Got
did?
you. I got you.
So
Okay.
ain't no shame in that. So now about see, I don't want to say this word. My wife says it's inappropriate, but
What?
I don't know what else to say. She says I shouldn't say the word fetish, but I have a fetish now to have sex with an amputee woman.
Yeah, don't say fetish. You just have
Okay.
you have an interest.
I like to do it. Yeah. And she gives me a permission. You know, I mean, we have parameters within which our dynamic and relationship works. I would never have sex with another woman unless my wife knew about it and more than likely was right there with me. But within those parameters, she is understanding that I have a thing in me, and maybe it'll go away. I don't know. But I have a thing in me where I want to be intimate with an amputee woman.
Okay. Okay. Now, okay. If he were to be like me, extremely independent and like me, you know me.
Yeah.
If he were to be like me, then okay.
What
God
you
forgive
mean?
me. Like, God forgive me, because I'm trying not to be like.
No, I want to hear, but I don't understand. I don't think. Tell me what you're saying.
Like, okay, so I'm just missing. I'm below the knee. I'm a BKA.
Right.
I have a prosthetic. I don't want to be with the man who's who's confined in a wheelchair. If that makes sense.
Yes, me either. I
I need you to be mobile. I need you to be. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to.
And I understand. And for it to be another amputee, they might be as active as you, and maybe that would make you say, "Okay, maybe I could bang this guy." Okay.
And that's not like that.
I mean, I'm sorry, that's not correct.
But like that. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Now I went images, polygamy, and here we go. So this is what I was thinking. I said, well, darling, here I am, 51-year-old man. Now I believe that for Black people, that polyamorous relationships just make economic sense. That's just me. If we want to ever catch up economically in this country, we got to start pooling our resources. The pooling of that resource, in my opinion, begins in the home. Now, when we look at the numbers of single Black women, and now let's look at the numbers of single amputee women.
Okay.
I could say, oh, well, maybe Alzora, if I found a young woman who's an amputee, she's a young Black woman, I'm an amputee, maybe she might think nobody want her and that she can't have a life or something like that. I'll show her I love her, and as long as you love her too, what the hell's the problem?
Okay. There's not an issue. There's not.
Yeah, everybody gets what they want, but they can't be no person that think they're gonna just be lazy and hang out. You got to get along, whether or not you're an amputee or not. You got to be someone that I dig, and vice versa. And as importantly, my wife got to like you. So that's the main thing. So if she don't like it, it ain't gonna happen.
Absolutely.
That's more important than me liking you, almost. To be honest with you.
Yeah, duh.
So I know people gonna think we're going to hell, sister.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll meet you there. Shit.
Yeah, I tell you what. Now I ain't found no lady that's an amputee to meet. Now my wife says, and you'd have to ask her, but she says she notices more women hit on me since I became an amputee.
Get out of here.
That's what she says. And I was in show business and I knew a lot of women. But she says she feels that more women, or she senses that more women are hitting on me. Now, I'm an old guy. I don't know. I don't know when a lady hitting on me no more. But my wife will tell me, I think that lady was hitting on you. And I'll be like, what? I never think that. She said, yeah, she was kind of hitting on you. I said, I don't know what that young girl with old Black one-legged man. But I'll take her. I said, but I'll take her.
I would have to agree with you, though. I would have to agree with you.
What's that?
Before my amputation, I didn't date a lot. Like I didn't date a lot.
You date more since your amputation.
I promise you,
guys.
Yeah, it's weird.
What do you attribute it to? Why?
Confidence.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, super confident. Comfortable in my own skin.
Yep.
Yeah, plus personality, like all.
That's what I agree. You got to depend on other things, right?
Yeah, yeah, and
I
yeah.
dig it. I dig it.
Not even to toot my own horn, but I get hit on by men and women. I don't. Yeah, it's weird. But I think it has something to do with like my personality traits, being a Scorpio. I'm not gonna lie, and then being overly confident. I think though all that together combined just like boost my attraction level up. I guess you can
I
say.
hear you. And you're a pretty woman, so you know that there's that factor too. You're just a pretty
Thank you.
person. Yeah, I think you're a pretty person, so you're going to get a certain amount of interest just on the way you look, in my opinion.
Right.
And have you ever, because I've been dated, so have you ever like met a guy and they didn't know you were an amputee, but maybe, and they like you, but it changed after they found out you're an amputee?
Oh yeah, a lot. 50-50. 50 don't
50,
care.
50.
Yeah, 50 don't give a damn. You know that. And then the other half, no, I take it back. 75-25. 75% do not care whatsoever.
Right.
25%, I think it's the image. I think it's the image. They look at their future when we're out in public together, and if I'm wearing something revealing, well, are people gonna stare at us? That type of situation. I've had a few of those run-ins, you know. So
do they voice that to you, or you sense it?
I sense it. I sense it, and then I see it. I'm an empath. I take in all that shit.
Yeah, feel it. Me too. Yeah.
So when I feel that energy or that vibration, I'm just like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Like you're not even confident enough in your own skin to be confident enough for both of us. So this isn't gonna work.
Yes. Yeah. One of the concepts that I'm developing, and I actually sent you the email a couple of days ago. I reached out to the datingdisabled.org organization, talking to them about this idea we have of the dating differently disabled dating game, where, and this is something I'm still trying to connect with them, and we're trying to figure it out to make sure, first of all, that nobody gets hurt. That's the main thing, and that it's going to be a safe environment for people to interact. But the general idea is that we want to make sure that this becomes a platform where, hey man, you might meet your soulmate in this mother, man. You might meet someone that you're gonna go on an online date, because we cannot be responsible for a physical date. But we can't do that. But we can coordinate an online date for you, where we set up a room for you. Y'all get to know each other, and then you're gonna come back and tell us how you feel about each other. And then what y'all do, that's up to y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what they do from that point after that, that's up to them. But we're working it out, and already we might have a sponsor for the show, and we ain't even done it yet. We might. I don't know. I ain't gonna speak on it too much. Where they gonna give us prizes to give out to people.
Oh, yes.
Nice. But I don't know yet. They said they would, but we ain't got nothing official, so I ain't gonna speak on it too much. So that's, I think actually people are gonna be interested in that. I think we will be surprised. We had a lot of older people to submit their names and their images. Yeah, we had a lot of people that were like 60, I'd say mid 50s to mid 60s. That was our biggest demographic. I thought we would get a lot of 20 somethings and 30 somethings, but no, we got a lot of older people. And I told them, I says, well, because when I did the posting, I said 25 to 40. And then a few older people kind of say, oh, why are you cutting off the age? That's exactly what they said. I said, well, I ain't got no problem with it. I just thought, based on my research, they said that was the biggest demographic of amputees that are not married. You're between 25 and 40.
Oh, yeah, not married, right. I thought you meant, I thought talking about the 50 and 60 years old.
Now the 50 to 60 years old, most of those people are widows or widowers and or recent divorcees. Yeah, a weird phenomenon. A lot of older people, when they're in their 60s or mid 50s, are getting divorces from longtime mates, so they haven't been on the dating scene.
Ooh,
yeah, and they're amputees, so they're new to the dating scene, and they're an amputee. They weren't an amputee. We know when they got married, they got married with 2 legs, but now they're coming out of their marriage of 20 years with 1 less leg. These people are communicating to me, I don't know what the hell to do. Where am I going to find somebody with 2 legs? Should I find another amputee? You know, so people have the question. I think it's going to be an interesting project once we develop it and see what happens a little bit more. But yeah, we're going to have that dating game. That's going to be all right.
Is that open to non-disabled and disabled people?
Well, no, at first I said it should only be disabled people. And this is why I said that.
Yeah, why?
Because I'm afraid, and I hear a lot of other amputees express to me in that Dating Disabled Facebook group, they don't want no devotees to come. They don't want no devotees in there. So they said, make it only amputees in the room. I said, okay, if that's what y'all want, we want to give the people what you want.
But why not just say no devotees allowed in this group or in this?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's regular people who will love you regardless of.
And they don't care that you're an amputee. Right. And those people might come to that platform just to find you. That's what I'd say. But, you know, so we're talking to the lady. She said that devoteeism is a big concern that I should, you know, make sure I'm thinking about and make sure it's something that I'm trying to safeguard the people from. That I'm keeping them away from able-bodied people that have a fetish. That's why my wife said, don't use that word.
Mr. Q, I've never met a devotee or anyone with those urges or those feelings. I've never met anyone like that. So it's hard for me to grasp that, like, that there are people out there just looking for people like us. Like
just like that. Sister, I'm doing a whole lot of reading on these devotees. They something else, sister. Them people something else. The way their brain, the thing that motivates a lot of them is the person, the amputee, appearing not to have control over their entire body. That's the thing that gets them off. Yeah. Now, I don't understand it totally. I'm still reading, trying to figure it out. But that's what they're saying. The main thing that gets these people off when they are able-bodied and they like to see an amputee or have sex with an amputee, they get a thrill from that missing limb. Now, I have talked with my wife about this intimately. And anything that I say, I already know it's okay for me to share publicly. Mm-hmm. My wife and I made sure that we implemented my residual limb as part of our sexual activities.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
If it's there, you might as well use it. Is that too much?
Why am I laughing?
Is that too much? We think it's funny. We think it's great.
That's it.
If it's there, you use it, man.
Mr. Q, what are you using? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's different because I'm a woman, so I know
I'll rub that thing all over my wife. Wherever you want to rub, baby, I'll rub it.
Yes.
Where you want me to rub it? You just point to the place, and I'll do the rest. Is that too much? I don't want to be, I'm not trying to be gross.
No.
Okay, I'm being honest.
This just took a turn for me. Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, wherever you want me to rub it, baby, I rub it. Because that feels differently than any other part of your body.
Your body, I know.
Yeah, so that feeling when you rub it against different parts of your body is going to create some sensations that you might not be used to.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? Okay. Now, I get my pleasure from seeing the pleasure that is being given. It doesn't do anything for me except for to see the pleasure that is being delivered.
Okay.
You see, it's not a sexual thing for me.
Okay.
I don't get any sexual sensation from it physically.
Okay.
Mentally, I do. Hey, my wife's turned on by it. Awesome. Let's do it, man. But, me, that don't make me harder or something like that. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What are you thinking?
He's talking about we use it like shit. Like, okay.
Yeah, rub it everywhere, man. See, because I'm a guy. Remember, I'm the dude. So you know, anywhere, I'll put it anywhere. I'm trying to make sure I'm being classy and honest.
Excuse me, guys.
I guess I hope I didn't go overboard.
No, that was just interesting. That was some interesting.
Yeah, so I'm encouraging y'all, use them nubs, man. You'd be surprised. I was talking to this gal the other day. I like her. She kind of cute lady. And I said, I'm your fantasy. And you don't even know it. She said, what, Mr. Q, you be talking some stuff. What you mean by that? I said, you ever thought you'd be banging a one-legged black cowboy?
I'm dead.
She said, now that you say it, I never thought it. And now look at you.
Exactly.
Life is a wonderful thing. Amen.
Exactly.
You never know what path is going to lead you.
Huh? Right. I've been called a one-legged stripper before.
Oh,
it's like, what the fuck?
Have you ever seen? I've never seen that. Me that's good. Oh, I'm gonna look that up now. Shit, now I gotta look it up on Pornhub.
Like a one-legged stripper, for sure. Okay.
Yeah, we did look at a couple of the amputee porn videos. They are existing. They do exist. They're usually from Europe. There are a lot of them from Europe that we noticed. And they don't do nothing for us, but I like to watch it so that I can see people's psychology. You know, I just believe that you get a little bit of psychology if you look at the right thing. Look at it with the right frame of mind. Let me put it that way. I don't look at it for sexual exhilaration. I look at it to see how motherfuckers doing, see if I can need to put something in my repertoire that I ain't thought of, or you know what have you do. It's a science. You got to be committed to that science. At any rate, watching those amputee porn videos, I said, yeah, babe, I think I'm going to have to try to have sex with an amputee woman. I want to know what that feels like. I want to, and I'm going to say it. I want to feel what my limb feels like against her limb. Maybe that'll feel something I never felt before. That's what life's about. Having feelings and experience in life. That's an experience that now I want to experience. And I'm just blessed that my wife supports me in that desire. So that's a fortunate situation, and I know it's very uncommon.
It's unheard of.
Hey, I didn't know I was gonna lose a leg, man. So I ain't the same person. You know, I ain't the same person. Now I lost a leg. Now I want to have sex with a girl that lost her leg.
Yeah, your thoughts are like, they exceed mine. Like, I've never thought like that. Like, I never thought to date another amputee man.
Yeah.
I've never thought to hump on an amputee person. Like, that's just not me. I've never thought to watch amputee porn.
You've never seen amputee porn?
No, Mr. Q. Like, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
You gotta check it out. See what you think.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
If you do, tell us what you think about it after you look at it. If you look at it.
I will. Yeah. I will, definitely. I've never thought those thoughts,
Yeah.
I still think I'm fucking normal. Like,
well, I feel normal too. I don't feel abnormal.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for those folks. You are normal. Normalcy is just existence. That's normal, to exist.
Okay.
The events that happen throughout that existence, that's what makes life exciting. Whether it be the birth of a child, a marriage, the losing of a limb. Those are just experiences that are little benchmarks in your life, little adventures. So, they don't define you as in your totality. How you respond to them things, now that defines you. But the incidents themselves, that don't define you. That's just shit that happens, man. The stars collide and planets collide. Shit gonna happen to you too.
Right.
You dig? So that's why I don't take that shit personally. That's what it's about. Don't take it personally that you got your amputation. Don't take it personally. God does not love you, whatever you define God as being, okay? You are loved. And your amputation is simply a manifestation of where you need to be in your spiritual life. That's all it is. And I think the more you get into that, and what I've been doing, Chef, is taking your advice and sitting with my amputation a little bit more. I'm sitting with it a bit more. Yeah. I'm making sure I take the time to make sure I'm processing what it means to me. What limitations might it be putting in my brain that subconsciously I'm not aware of, but with a little bit of digging, I can uncover and I extinguish. I ain't got no time for that shit. So whatever is holding me back, that's what I was telling my wife 2 days ago. I says, whatever is holding me back, you can be damn sure I ain't gonna let it hold me back for long.
Absolutely. I like to say, if it's not serving you, let it go.
Amen.
You know, it's not
serving Say that you. Again. Say that again.
If it's not serving you, let it go. May that be friends, family, a job, an addiction, whatever it may be, not serving you, let it go. Like, for real.
Oh, here's another interesting topic that I was going to talk to you about, future show topics.
What's up?
There are a significant number of amputees that get hooked on the drugs. Then they become addicts. Huh? That was you. Oh, you got to tell us. Okay, well, we got a guy. They specialize in drug counseling for amputees. That's their specialty. I didn't know that was a separate thing, but it is, and it makes sense to me now.
Okay.
We're going to talk about drug addiction in the amputee community and the steps and things and answers that people can explore if you want to get that addiction out your life. But again, I didn't know it, but it's a very common thing. Yeah. And they grab a pen and stay away from that shit. Huh?
Addiction?
Yeah. Yeah. They say it's very common.
What are they addicted to, like pills or what?
They get addicted to the pain relief pills.
Yeah, pills, right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what they get addicted. And now, of course, that can lead to other harder drugs, but they kind of usually, it seems like, stay focused on whatever the painkillers are. I wouldn't know because I didn't take them.
They give you everything.
My doctor always tried to give me the Norco or NoCal. He tried to give me some of that shit. I said, man, I don't want that shit. But then my workers say, boss, go get it. So we sell it for you. So I said, I go get it. I didn't say that. No, but he always trying to give me that Norco. I said, man, I don't take no drugs. I smoke my weed. That's all I need. I don't do no other drug.
No, they do. They dose you up with Norco, hydrocodone. That's the same shit. Oxy.
Okay. Oxy. Yeah, that came up. Yeah, that came. They told me about that shit in the hospital.
Yeah.
They wanted to give me something, and they did initially.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the first few hours after my amputation, and they did have me hooked up to a thing. My wife said I did not use it, or maybe I used it once. Maybe I don't believe in pain. I just don't believe in it too much. So I don't usually have pain like people talk about. So I didn't really have any pain post amputee, being an amputee. I am dealing with phantom pains though.
Oh, that's not gonna go away.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think that goes away. When I first got out of the hospital, I just took them like the first 2 or 3 days. After that, I did not need them. I did not need them.
Yeah.
So the folks who are getting addicted to them shits, that's what you wanted to do to be.
There's something else going on, right? It's something else. Now I'm not gonna disavow the chemical part that is established, but again, that shit starts your spirit. If your body becomes chemically addicted to those things, that's your responsibility to say, hey, I don't want to be addicted to shit. That's just me. That's just me though. Some people like being addicted to stuffs that are bad for them. If you're gonna be addicted to something, be addicted to something that's good for you.
That's good,
Yeah, amen.
A lot of the people that I know who are addicted to things, they just want to feel something. That's their excuse. Like, I need to feel something. Like, what the motherfucker you feeling? You feeling something now? Like, you're not feeling it in the moment. Like, you want something to take you away from the moment. Right. And that's where the addiction, I think, falls in place when it comes to people like us who are dealing with something that serious.
Right.
You're letting the drugs take over the moment rather than you being in that moment.
And living in the moment.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I was
Yeah.
saying, sit in it, but they rather the drugs do it for them, you know?
Yeah, I don't like that. To me, that's a waste of time. But people make their decisions, and all we can do is pray for them. I mean,
Absolutely.
really, people make their decision because there's a whole lot of people with both their legs walking around here drunk and high all the time, ain't taking care of their families. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But, I understand that the human experience can be very painful. I do understand that. I do understand. And I assume that when I see those people like that, that they're just unable to deal with the pain of what's bothering them in their lives. Right. Growing up, my uncles, I want to make sure I say this right. Yep. Every one of my uncles was an alcoholic growing up. All of them working men. All of them working men, took care of their families, blah, blah. But come Friday, Saturday night, I know my uncles are going to be fucking drunk. Okay. Maybe a fight will happen, maybe not, they're all brothers or whatever. But I grew up seeing it. Okay. Now, my grandfather, I did not see my grandfather drink, but I was told and know that my grandfather was a heavy drinker when those were kids, when they were kids. So they grew up seeing their father drink. Yeah. Right. So they did that part, even though he said, hey, listen, man, I don't drink no more. And I'm advising you sons not to drink anymore. It's going to fucking kill you because it almost killed me. They still drink. Yeah. I think all of them, one was murdered and the one died from dementia, Alzheimer's, and one died from alcoholism. Uncle Petey is the only one that died from the alcoholism directly. But they all suffered with alcoholism their entire, their life as I grew up from all my years. And growing up seeing that, even though I loved my uncles, they all gone now, but I love them very much. And they helped raise me. So a man that I am is due to my uncles. Okay. I knew I did not want to do that. I knew I didn't want to drink. And, I went through that phase in college where I could outdrink anybody. And as soon as I'd say when I was about 24, 25, just like that, lost the inkling for it. Didn't even care about it no more. And didn't even think about it. I just stopped drinking. Next thing I knew, I hadn't drank in 5-6 years. Right. That was it. Yeah. And to this day, very rarely will you see me have a drink. I'll drink with the men, when they hanker me and, oh, Mr. Q, you say you're going to have a beer with us, blah, blah, blah. And I never do. So, a couple times a year, I'm going to have a beer with the guys. But, and I'll have 4 sips and that's about it. And they know that's how I'm going to drink. Mr. Q ain't no drinker, but I'll smoke with you all fucking night. Yeah, I'll smoke you under the table now.
My limit is 2 shots now. After that, I
2
can't
shots.
Do yeah.
I had a beer for my birthday, and that shit knocked me out, girl. That I ain't lying. I was embarrassed. My wife said, "Oh, you talking all that shit, and you had that beer, and you were out in 40 minutes." I said, "Woman, why you let me go to sleep? It's my birthday night. You know what I got to get my present." She said, "Oh man, you fell asleep within 45 minutes of drinking that beer." I said, "Girl, I don't be drinking, so I can't." But when she met me, I could drink. Oh boy, she remember I could drink, but not no more. I can't do it.
Not anymore. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's different. I can't do it no more. But that's that. All right, we're at 57 minutes, guys. We had a hell of a show.
That went by quick.
Huh?
That went by quick.
Yeah, it went back quick. We revealed some things. I didn't do any of our promos. This is what I was telling myself before the show. Starting next week, I will do much more pre-show preparation. Okay. This week, I had a very tumultuous week. Okay. Oh, very tumultuous. I am not going to share publicly all that is going on yet because I'm still processing and I don't want to speak out of school. So give me a couple of weeks and I'm sure I'll be in a place where I can share with the audience what's going on with me in my life. It's nothing horrendous or bad. I ain't dying or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong. It's personal growth changes that I have to experience. And we all go through changes in life. And I know, because I'm in it, you better embrace them changes and know that the God, the Lord, whatever you want to say, for me, I say, I know that God has a plan. So I ain't got time to be sad in just this moment. My eyes is on the big picture. And whatever I got to do to get there, the Lord is going to carry me through. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right. We'll see y'all next week. We don't know. We'll talk about it over the next few days. And I will start doing some pre-show promotion of it this weekend.
Yes. And if you guys have any suggestions or any topics that you guys want to hear, please feel free to post on our page or comment on our YouTube on any of our platforms and let us know what you guys want to hear or see.
Yep. And we want to thank the guests that we have in here, KRCV Meg. Can you see those comments, Chef?
I've seen one.
I'm on StreamYard.
So am I.
You are.
Okay.
So you see those. It's only the one comment.
One person, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. Now, I know that my indicator says that we're also live on Facebook and YouTube, but I was unable to find them on those platforms. I just know that they're on there, but afterwards, I'll go through, I'll take my time tonight and I make sure the show is up by midnight, and I'll figure out and make sure I have links to the shows so that anybody can see it on all our platforms.
Sounds good.
All right, sister. I will talk with you in a little while, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes. Have a good night, everyone.
All right. Good night, guys. I'm going to put up. All right.